I often get asked why I'm in real estate, and this week has really reminded me of just why I love being a real estate agent, why I love the industry, why I love the people I work with. So today we're going to dive into why I am a real estate agent, why I love this industry, and why it was absolutely the best career choice for me. What's up, guys? Jeremy Kane, living in the Denver suburbs. Today we're going to get a little personal. We're going to talk about my career and why I love what I do. And I would be remiss to say I do have 5 closings this week, and I was thinking about each and every single one of them today as I had conversations with industry professionals about, my business and my story. And, it kind of hit me that I'm able to serve people. The way I build my business is through my sphere of influence. This week I have literally known 3 out of the 4 families that I'm serving for, well over 18, 20 years. And then another one is an industry partner I work with now, one of my inspectors who absolutely crushes it and is purchasing his first house. So we kind of break down the week and we think about this and think about all the things. The first house I sold this week, it was a listing over in Lakewood. And this is a home that I first stepped foot into probably when I was in middle school. It was the grandparents of a good friend of mine's home. The grandparents have since passed, and the home eventually went into one of my best friend's sister's hands. And so she was the owner, and her husband, also a graduate of the same high school as us. And when they, signed the paperwork and stuff, you could definitely tell the wife was not crying or anything, but emotional about it. And, I asked her how long it had been in her family, which I kind of knew was a long time. And she said approximately 65 years. So that's pretty crazy that I was able to, be a part of that and the true meaning of generational wealth. And as you guys know, I do own rental properties, but this is a property that, my client's parents were raised in, and her aunts and uncles and her grandparents owned and raised their entire family. And now she was able to raise her kids in it for the start of their life. And it was just time to move on. They needed a bigger house. They truly needed a secondary bathroom for the for the soon-to-be teenagers, and them not to have to share a bathroom is going to be pretty spectacular. And we'll talk about their replacement home in a second. But just really hit me like that's true generational wealth. Literally 4 generations utilize that home as safety and shelter, and obviously the appreciation and the amount of money that was made. I'm sure 65 years ago, I don't have that number, but I'm sure it wasn't what we sold it for. And so that's pretty amazing as you see that, kind of piece of real estate, and the fact that they're, moving out of that place and starting something completely different, and moving out of the neighborhood that literally their entire family still lives in, and their kids will be the first generation of kids not to graduate from the same high school that I did, and that they did, and that their parents and that their grandparents all went to, which is pretty crazy. So that just kind of is a microcosm of what real estate is and the power of real estate. Moving on to Thursday's closing, tomorrow's closing, it's a first-time home buyer. It's one of my inspectors that, does, probably 50, 60, 70% of my inspections. And he and his girlfriend are purchasing their first home, just a starter kind of town home. But it's awesome. It's perfect for them. It's what they can afford. It's what they need right now. And he'll look to hopefully turn that into an investment property as he moves and start to build wealth that way. And starting, another journey and being able to help somebody in the industry. I mean, that guy literally probably knows 300 agents, that he's done inspections for over the last 2 or 3 years since he's relocated here. And the fact that he chose me to help represent him is super awesome. And I'm super grateful that I was able to help him and help his girlfriend, get into their first home and get out of renting and get out of that rent cycle. And, it's not their dream home, but it's going to be good for them. It's what they need at this time. And I'm super excited for that. Love those first time home buyer stories. And that, that's my shortest relationship. And I literally probably, have done 50 inspections with him over the last couple of years since he's relocated here. So always great to help industries my industry partners. I take pride in that, and that, they would have the confidence in me to, represent them and be a part of their story in that piece. Moving on to Friday, I have 2 closings. The first one is an old college friend, and she recently went through a divorce and has some kids, and, she's getting a fresh start, and, that's what real estate's about. And she was kind of up in the air about, should I rent again? Should I save up a little more money? And I was able to have a conversation with her and say, look, like, you can save up money, but you're not going to outsave the market probably. And so we were able to find something that's going to work perfectly for her, have, a new home base for them. She's no longer renting and throwing away that, money each and every single month. And we made it work. And, it was an amazing, transaction. Everything kind of came together as it was supposed to. Huge yard. I'm super excited for that and a new beginning there. And the next one, and the final one, is actually the home in Lakewood. The people that are selling that are actually purchasing a home from my very first point guard that I coached at Devlin High School, and then that family's purchased and sold and purchased and now selling again over the pretty short amount of time. But they're moving on to Minnesota. They're going to have a baby, and that's their new beginning. But the home that I helped them purchase, a couple years ago, is perfect for that Lakewood family that needs that extra bathroom, that has the camper. And literally, it was just like perfect. The camper spot, the RV spot's perfect size for the camper that they have. It has the separate bedrooms and bathroom situation. It's a little more modern. Has a great backyard again, great covered patio, great kitchen. Everything about it was, the perfect home for those clients that sold that home in Lakewood. And to help, get my sellers onto their next journey, and moved out to Minnesota before they have their first baby. Super excited, sad to see them go. But just really cool to kind of see how all of those people and all of those transactions, not one was from a random internet lead, not one was anybody who I chased or did anything. I just showed up. I had the expertise, and that's what I love to do. I've had several conversations today, as I mentioned, with industry professionals that I really trust, and they were, we were both talking about kind of my story and what I do and how I've gotten to where I am and had the success I have had in this industry. And the honest truth, it's all about relationships. It's all about my past relationships, building up and having that trust. And, obviously I mentioned I was best friends with the seller's sister, as we were growing up. And that's how I know the seller of the Lakewood home, pretty well. Like, we were pretty much buddies too. And so it's really cool that, people are saying, yeah, thanks for helping my family, or, if you need anything, call Jeremy. But that's my why, is being a part of that, being a part of someone's story and helping people make the right decisions in real estate, and being a part of that journey, as I've had such a amazing journey personally with my real estate purchases, and owning the investment properties and the short-term rental dream home up in the mountains, and my personal residence, and being able to make my home what I want it to be, is all because of the real estate purchases that I've made and the journey that I've had. And to be a part of something like that, about people that I have cared about and loved, and utilize every single day to fill me up and provide value to them. And that's the why, is being a part of people's lives, not just for the transaction, not just for the paycheck, but for the long run. And it's evident in the relationships that I'm closing just this week. Just a quick snapshot, a great week obviously for me in my real estate career. But it's not about the commission checks, it's not about that piece, it's about all those stories that I just told. And that is why I love what I do. And real estate has provided me that opportunity to have, an area of expertise and really get to know that piece, and, really help those people that I've loved along the way. And so that's my why. And I was thinking about it, and, it's very interesting, because a lot of people say, yeah, I get into it to help people. The honest truth is, I got into real estate to help my people, build generational wealth like I was able to do, and utilize real estate as an investment tool, as well as, tell a story. there are real estate investments, and there are, homes that are family, long stories about, family's journey and handed down from generation to generation, and being a part of all of that and a part of that story, and just a minute piece, and doing it the right way, and having the values, and making sure the transaction has winners on both sides, and the buyers are happy, and they're moving into those new homes and new beginnings, and lifelong stories is really what I do. And so I just wanted to make sure that I put that out there. There's a lot of people that say they get into real estate to help people and because they like real estate, but it's really the stories behind it, the relationships that I maintain. I continue to, stay in touch with people, and even years after they purchase a home. And there's several people that text me tonight because I sent out my home anniversary gifts, and just how excited people are, and how thanking me for making dreams come true, and all of these things. It just kind of fills me up, and I'm so glad that I'm able to be a part of people's stories. So that is my why. Thank you so much for listening to me go on and on about it. But if you are, looking for a career or want to talk or whatever, I'm always here to help. I have a passion to help people build their businesses. If you're a small business owner, and would love to be a part of that journey and talk to you about what I did and how I did it, but more importantly, start sending you business and help you do what you do. So thank you so much for tuning in. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I hope to talk to you soon. Bye-bye.